Welcome to Legacy Sips and Tips podcast with your geeky host, Lindsay Wheeler, where we talk about everything from death, preparing for your future through estate planning, life, the occasional breakup, entrepreneurship, general nerdery, and of course travel, snowboard, and always wine. Welcome to Legacy Sips and Tips with your host, Lindsay Wheeler, and today we're going to discuss the digital age and the fact that you need a digital vault. Enjoy. So think about every digital asset that you own. It's probably a lot. It's probably overwhelming the amount of digital garbage that we all have these days. Maybe we have a Facebook, we have an OnlyFans, we have, your Instagram, your telephone even, your photos, your email, your iCloud or your storage, online, your Google Drive, your maps, your car, your electronics, your appliances even, your financial aspects, your logins, digital. Everything is digital. And it's good. We're going away from paper. We're trying to be more eco-friendly. But with that, how do we organize all of this crap? All of this digital crap? Because now we don't have a physical paper folder cabinet or whatever that we have all this stuff in anymore. It's not 1942 where we have all that stuff all, printed out. We have everything online. It's in the cloud. It's all digital. How do we organize that? With that, we have to think about those more traditional things, maybe our estate plan, our wills, our documents that we actually have paper versions of, and how do we turn those into digital assets or documents as well? And how do we include those to be organized in our life these days? So because it's now a digital age, you're gonna need a digital solution, right? You basically need a digital trapper keeper, that's for my Gen Xers right there, of where to keep your now used to be physical paper documents, now they're digital. How do we organize those because we don't have physical copies of them? With that, we have a digital vault, if you will. I prefer my legacy vault, of course I do, because it's mine. And you can get it for a flat fee of $500 for lifetime access, just for you. Just kidding. Let me talk about that, because it is important. So how do we organize our life? Our lives are busy and chaotic enough as it is without having to hunt around through emails or file folders or even physical file folders looking for the things that you might need. Your kids' birth certificates, your birth certificate, immunization cards maybe for their school, report cards, your fridge appliance, manual. Where is that? Oh, it's in a box somewhere. Shit, I don't know. How do we organize our digital life? Because our digital life is now our normal life. How do we do that? So typically I like to do is what I call a life OS. It's my operating system, if you will. It's for all of my stuff. And I have that into digital space where I can easily access that. Don't get me wrong. It takes a long time to get this set up, but once it's there, oh my God, is it so nice. Because everything is there immediately at my fingertips. And you can do that in several different ways. One, you can do it through our Legacy Vault, which is great because it's all organized there. It's powered by my life and wishes. Everything is where you need it to be. Categorized and easy to find. That's all your major stuff, your estate plan, your financial institutions, your banking, your passwords, your birth certificates, your important documents, your marriage certificates are all in this one location. So for you, it's basically a digital filing cabinet where you're able to log in and everything is there for you at your fingertips, immediately can pull up what you need. It's so nice. It's so easy to be organized. That's one option. Of course, I want you to go with that because I like it. I use it. I think it's great. Cool. Other ways to do it is you can actually, have a file folder, or you can use some online programs like Asana or Notion or ClickUp or whatever it is. I think ClickUp does that, where you can organize them into these online digital platforms. Airtable's another good one that I like to use as well, just so they're in a space in one place where you can get a hold of it. So for instance, for me, if I'm traveling and somebody needs a copy of my birth certificate or an important document, or maybe I don't have my financial institutions with me when I'm traveling, how would I get a hold of that? Either I can go online and try to find it or hunt through it, log in or whatever it is, or I just go to my home iOS, my home operating system, if you will. I scroll in, I go, oh, my financial tab, scroll down.
Here's my investment broker at Edward Jones. Here's his name, his information, and his phone number, whoever needs that, if you will. Maybe I'm traveling and somebody needs a copy of my birth certificate for some weird reason. Cool. Go into the platform, find it, download it, send it off through an email, whatever that looks like for you. Does it take time to do this? Sure, of course. But it's going to take you less time in the future if somebody or you need a hold of these things right away. You can put them in there. I like to have everything in one place, and we can go over what that looks like. I can even pull it up for you guys, and we can talk about what that actually looks like in a operating system of my life. So let's look at that. So my digital stuff is all in my legacy vault, if you will, or and online for myself as well. I have it in 2 spots just in case one goes down or I don't have accessibility to it. It's backed up, if you will. You shouldn't need that because legacy vault that we have is really super great. It's encrypted. It's military encrypted. It's good to go. They don't have any problems with it. It's fine. But if you don't want to do that, we also have the other way. So I have a house guide even. That's easy for me. What can I automate in my life? As simple as possible. That might even be automating your lights, automating, recurring purchases that you might need, your air filter for your house, your fridge filter, whatever that might be that you can automate for yourself and make easy. Maybe you use toothpaste at a certain amount of time that you're done every 3 months and you need to have that on auto ship for you. Or like I said, the air filters are things that you don't really think about but happen. And then when they do happen, you're like, oh, I forgot about doing that. You've already set that up for you on the calendar and it's already done for you. Great. One decision gone. Perfect. That frees up memory space in your own memory. You can put within your house guide important things that if you're out of town, if you have pets, how the pets are taken care of, important numbers, what's the emergency room number, what's the urgent care, where do your kids, pediatrician, who's that, who's their dentist, where do they go to school, where's the location of that, backup emergency people, what's the fire department's number? I don't know. I would just call 911, but I'm sure there's another number for more and less important things and that we need an emergency for. Where's the nearest hospital located? Maybe you've moved to a new town or a city. Where is that at? Having that in one location is really helpful to have. You can put in there too, what's our watering schedule? What's our laundry schedule? What's our dishes schedule? Even you can drill down as minutia as you want to help free up your brain and that decision making that you have to do every day. It's already there. So if you hire somebody too and you need somebody to help you to do that domestic labor, you have a blueprint for them already to take care of. Just like you were hiring somebody at a job, here's your SOP for the house. Cool. I like my whites being washed at 20 degrees or whatever it is. I don't own white clothes, so I wouldn't know how that works. You can also put things for your financial institutions. Of course, that's important. All of your credit cards, where are the numbers, where are the the back of them with the 3-digit code and everything on that, because if maybe a credit card got stolen, you don't know what that is because you don't have it anymore, but you can pull it up and say, oh, here's the number. This is the one that was compromised. Your bank can take care of that, or your, credit institution or whatever. If you're online shopping, you can just copy and paste that number and put it in there. Easy peasy, done for you. You know where everything is, and it gives you transparency of everything you own. You might be like, oh yeah, I got that PayPal credit card in 2010 because I had I was selling stickers online. I didn't know I had that. Maybe I should close that out. It's a good way of going through your stuff as well and kind of streamlining and organizing your life in that way. With that, of course, I deal in death. So what happens if you pass away? Who's going to find all this stuff? Oftentimes, if you don't have this laid out for your heirs or your loved ones, they're literally going through your house and your mail, digging through stuff, looking at mail that comes in, which a lot of stuff doesn't come in paper mail anymore. It's all email. And if they can't get into your email, they're not going to know that you have a secret slush fund account over at Schwab that you kept hidden because that was your Europe fund or whatever it is, your fancy bag fund because that's what you enjoy, whatever it is, your Dutch Brothers or Dunkin' Donuts coffee fund. They wouldn't know that, right? So make it as easy as possible. So they have like the Swedish death cleaning or whatever. You're kind of doing that with your electronic assets as well. Making it as simple and easy for your successor trustee or your heir to handle these things for you and know where they are. Again, if I became your successor trustee or I was taking care of this and I have not seen you for 40 years, would I know where all your stuff is? Please make it easy for me, okay? We can do that in the Legacy Vault. That's what's cool about it. Or you can put it in your home operating system, wherever you have that somebody has that accessibility for it. You can have where all your financial institutions live, what their login is, account numbers, who do you deal with over there? Maybe you have a teller or a banker that you just love who really takes care of you. Maybe you're a broker over your financial or institutions. Do you have an IRA? Do you have investments? Do you have retirement? Who's handling that, and how do we get a hold of that? Do you have death benefits? Do you have life insurance? All of that. Again, if I were taking care of your stuff and I've never met you, would I know where everything lives for you? That should help you kind of wrap your head around how to organize this stuff for you. If you own property, where's the house deed? Where's the mortgage statement? Where's the property tax? Where's the house insurance? Where are all, the things that go along with the house? What kind of, furnace do you have? What kind of air filter do you have? What kind of appliances do you have? What kind of maintenance routine are you doing on your house? Automating that if you need to, or just having it available. So if there's questions or you need something, my fridge door got off its hinge. How do I fix that? Oh, well, cool. I have my fridge manual right here. I just look at it. Perfect. Downloaded. Great. Easy. Taking off that mental load once again. Another important thing is if you travel, all your passports, having notes in your calendar of when those things expire, making sure that you give the leeway to get those renewed so you have that time, so you're not within 6 months of a trip and going, ooh, my passport's going to expire. I don't think I can go on this trip. I should have renewed it, 3 months prior to that. Important things like that. If you have any kind of TSA, global numbers, global check, or global entry numbers, having that in there. Your driver's license, when did those expire? I'm looking at mine right now. I can see that my global entry expires in 2026. I can look at my passport and that expires in 27. So I know it's in April of 27. So I know probably, September of 26, I should start getting that renewal going. I know that my driver's license will expire in 2030. I can see that, and I can put it into a calendar to remind me to do that. Putting all your airline accounts into one spot. Those all have, you got to log in, you got to get those account numbers in there, you have those frequent flyer miles or whatever it is, having those on one place. So have your wine first. So if you're booking, travel or whatever, and you're booking with a different airline, you can go, oh, my Alaska airline number's there, or my Delta number's there, and you just copy and paste that in. Easy, you're not having to look for it going, I don't remember what that was. That way. And then your family documents. So birth certificates, marriage certificates, death certificates, any kind of important documents that you might need, health records, immunizations for your kids, whatever it is, having those on one spot, and usually having those broken out. So there's your documents, your kids' documents, your spouse's documents, or your partner's documents, whatever it is. Your animal documents. Who's their vet? How are they fed? What kind of food do they like? What's preferable? Are they on medication? Do they have allergies? Whatever, and that's the same with your kids too, because our pets are kids, same. You're going to put all that information that, again, if I were coming to your house to look after your kids or your dog or your cat or your parrot or whatever, would I know if they ran out of food, what they're going to eat? Where should I go? How do I get that for them? Making it as easy as possible. Again, you can put this in your operating system, or you can put this in the Legacy Vault, where it's all in one place for you, and giving the accessibility that if you're not here, that it's all available for your successor to just have a login, get in there, and see everything beautifully laid out for them all in one spot. So for today's wine, we are having a nice Napa wine again. We have a theme this month of Napa wines. This is Ghost Block. It's from Yountville, Napa Valley, if you will. It's a 2016 Cabernet Sauvignon, because Napa is known for their cabs. Again, this is a really cool, typical, Napa cab. This is what's cool about it. It says why they named it Ghost Block is because it's overlooking the Yountville Pioneer Cemetery. Ghost Block Vineyard offers this limited wine. So that's kind of fun. So that's why it's Ghost Block, because it's technically looking over the cemetery, which is, of course, on brand for me. Not sponsored, but if they'd like to sponsor me, I like their wine. Contacts. That's an important one. Who's your emergency contact? Who are your family? Who are your friends? Who are the people that people should contact if there's an emergency? Again, if I'm called in to take care of these things for you, would I know where your family is? Would I know how to get a hold of them? Would I know who your friends are that should be contacted? Would I know that the neighbor's named is, Joe over there, and Joe really is really good with the sprinkler line. So if there's a problem, I can call Joe and Joe's going to come help. Whatever it is, you can put that all in there. The same thing with your car. Put your car stuff in there. Put your, titles, your registration, your VINs, your expiration dates for those things. What kind of tires does your car take? How often should they be replaced? Are there air filters? Is there a maintenance schedule? You can put all of those in there. I like to put my buyer documents in there too. So if sometimes there's a question or if there's an issue or a warranty issue, I have all of those documents in one place. If I'm down at a place or at a garage or a shop and they have a question, I can just go, no problem, here it is. Easy. Not like, ooh, I got to go home and I got to dig through some file folder and I think I probably threw that away and I don't know, the cat threw up on it and I don't really know what the stuff is. You have it all now in one place, easy, efficient, no problem. So that's that there. Any other kind of investments, any other kind of properties, other kind of toys or fun things that you have, just having them all in one spot. This is your life iOS, if you will. You can also take it a step further and do it even more drilled down. You can have your vitamin list. You can have your reoccurring subscriptions. You can have, your recipes that you like, your favorite recipes in there. So those are easily accessible. Your books that you like to read. I'm still working on this, but those screenshots that you have screenshotted that go to die, you screenshotted it for a reason. You may want to organize it that way. So you can put folders in your phone if you want to for those, or put them into the iOS here, your operating system of, favorite books I want to read or funny memes or to send to partner because they'll think it's hilarious or recipes that I want to try, whatever it is, you can put that. Or you can also put, like a travel folder, places you want to go or places you have been. So you can put your favorite places that you have been. And so if maybe you have friends who are like, oh, I'm going to go to Paris. And you're like, I got you. Here's a whole recommendation list. Or you're doing that research. You want to go to Turks and Caicos or something fun and you haven't been there. Cool. These are all the fun things that you've seen that you can put in there. And then you can kind of, look off of that list or make sure that, oh, I forgot. I saw an article in that restaurant. We should totally go see it. And you can pull it right up. It's right there. It's just a nice way to free up your mental real estate in your brain to keep everything organized because let's be real, you're inundated with digital garbage 24/7. Everything has a login, everything has a password, making sure that you have that organized as well, your password list, getting a service like a 1Pass or a LastPass or something like that where all your passwords are in there. And again, I like that legacy vault because it's all in one spot and I am in control of that. So I can give somebody as an authorized user, maybe my spouse or my partner or something. We're going to jointly do that because we're together in that kind of relationship or a marriage. But also I can put an authorized user for my successor trustee or my kid, that they have that login that if I'm not here, they can log in and all of that is available at their fingertips in one spot. I have done them the favor of organizing all of that for them. All the passwords, the logins, the financial institutions, the documents, the paperwork, all the things that they would need if I was not here to process their life and their estate is there. You can also click a button that says download PDF. It'll consolidate that all into one document and you can print it all out and then it's paper in your hand, ready, easy to go. So a couple ways to do it. And again, that lives with you. It's a lifetime subscription. It follows with you. It's accessible to anywhere in the world. As long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, you can log in. It's not like, having the actual paper trapper keeper where you have your documents in there, which is great. Your file folder, your filing cabinet, that's physical. But if there's a fire, there's a flood, the cat vomits on it, which clearly happens to me quite a bit. If you're in a foreign country, you're not having to go, well, I don't know, it's in a file folder in my office. I can't get a hold of that. This is at your fingertips, totally available, easy for you to manage your life. And it's overwhelming to put all this stuff in there. Take, an hour a week, maybe on a Sunday, take an hour at a time and start putting that all in there as you go. Because once it's done, it's already in there and it's great. And then you just have to update things as they go. Oh, got my driver's license renewed. Now it expires in 36, whatever it is. You just kind of manage it that way. It makes your life so much easier to be this organized. And it really takes away that decision fatigue and that, decision paralysis of having to deal with even more minutia than we already have to deal with. So that's kind of my suggestions on organizing your digital world. There's a lot going on there. If you have questions on that, I love doing organization. There's also, like the Digital Wrangler. She's online. She's super great. great program that you can take to help organize your life. I can give you some pointers. I can get you here are the top 5 things you should organize today or something, just help you out there. Just so I know it feels like it's overwhelming, but we can break it down into little steps, and I'm totally willing to help with you because I love doing this stuff and I love being organized, and having that accessibility right at my fingertips makes me feel very powerful, and I want you to feel very powerful too. So questions, let me know. And of course, you can always find me at Your Estate Plan Online or High Sierra Legal. And of course, when you think of death, think of me.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. If you found value, please like, subscribe, and share. And be sure to follow me on all the socials at Sips and Tips with Lindsay. And of course, you can always go to my website, sipsandtipswithlindsay.com, to find more information about estate planning, business, snowboard, travel, and of course, wine. As always, we have to get the legal stuff out of the way. I went to law school, so you don't have to. However, we have to read the special disclaimer that I am not a practicing attorney. I am not your attorney. I am not offering any legal advice in any content or any episode. All content is for your information and educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for seeking your own legal advice from your own attorney or other professional such as a CPA or financial advisor. I cannot give legal advice and do not offer any legal services or legal advice, but I do offer some fun and educational content for you to enjoy.